Hey guys, thanks for stopping by for another video here at alliseeisW. In today's video, I'd like to dive deep, talk about Bitcoin and price of MicroStrategy, MSTR, what my overall price prediction is. What we've heard all around the news recently is just so much about game theory. I'll go through sharing with you my thinking as to what strategy has done. They've actually started the global game theory. You think about MSTR buying up Bitcoin many years ago from 2020 to now 2025. The game has begun early on, but now we're beginning to see more players part of the game theory strategy. Now I'll show you the latest updates with Bitcoin purchases along with ETFs, and I'll give you an overall update. We'll first off play a short clip with Senator Cynthia Lummis to give you an overall perspective on what Lummis is going to see when it comes to the strategic Bitcoin reserve. So we'll play a short clip here before I go through the latest updates, as well as sharing with you my predictions with strategy MSTR. So I encourage you to watch all the way till the end. And if you think that my speaking is at a slow pace, you can ramp up the speed as well to help you cover through all the entire video. So let's get started, guys.
Will be less afraid to bank Bitcoin businesses and other digital assets. Will be in a position to talk about, hopefully by then, a state that has passed authorization for a strategic Bitcoin reserve and learn from them how it's coming along. We may be able to see leaders from other countries talk about their strategic Bitcoin reserve. We may have modeling that has proven a little more the test of time to show what we can expect from a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We're seeing people that have been longtime economists of my vintage, Alan, bring Bitcoin to baby boomers and help them understand that this is for real. So we're going to see more of that as well. So I expect it to be a very positive, enthusiastic report. And we're going to start talking about what is instead of what may be. And we'll have some actual test cases that can move forward to prove that this asset is digital gold, that this brings freedom, and that it can be used to undergird the US dollar. I think a lot of people in government are threatened by the fact that this is an asset the government can't control. The important thing about Bitcoin is it's an asset that can protect the US dollar as the world reserve currency. It's an asset that can help us retire our debt over time. So my generation doesn't settle your generation with the debt we ran up. So we have a plan not only to match spending with with the revenue we take in, so we can quit creating more debt, but actually we can use Bitcoin held over time and growing in value to retire that debt. So these kinds of discussions, I expect to hear more fleshed out at Bitcoin 2025.
Well, there you have it. I hope that that gave you color on where we are today. I mean, game theory has already started, and I think that what we heard just from Cynthia Lummis, I think this is really going to allow for the United States to flourish, to protect us as we think about the fiat dollars. At one point, Bitcoin is really going to reverse things and be the number one commodity. Like what she mentioned, it's the digital gold asset that will flip the switch at one point and be more valuable than gold as well. I think where we are right now in 2025, as we progress through the year, we're going to see a lot more test cases that she mentioned, and it's really going to drive more confidence for the later generations to really start diversifying their investments into the different ETFs and also considering buying the Bitcoin commodity. So we've heard a number of ETFs created, specifically BlackRock IBIT, which was created last year. But now we're hearing even at the state level, Mississippi buying up IBIT ETF as well. So although we haven't heard of a state buying up Bitcoin yet as a commodity, we've heard states already buying up Bitcoin ETFs through their strategic Bitcoin reserve as a commodity. So that's bullish news here. And one key takeaway here is just looking at this rainbow chart. You know, you see the halving that took place back in April of 2024, but we're not out of the woods yet. We're still in this early tier phase. You see that white line in that green zone here. But as soon as we see the relative strength index pick up, where it starts going up to like 80 plus, then we're going to see, you know, that white line get up to that yellow hue, that orange hue, where the FOMO starts kicking in. And what's going to drive the FOMO effect? Think about, you know, there's only about 5% left of Bitcoin to be mined. So what does that mean? There's going to be a supply shock as global game theory kicks in with different countries buying up Bitcoin. That's really going to cause the demand for Bitcoin to increase exponentially, and the price is just going to catapult up. We've heard about Kathy Woods also announcing that, you know, within the next couple of years here, especially post halving of 2028, Bitcoin price is going to be somewhere around $1.5 million. So when you look at overall just price projection over the course of time, Bitcoin is going to be in that $1 million. That's not a if, but that's a when aspect. Let's take a look here from, you know, plan B as well. So key takeaway here is that we're still in that early phase here in that we're going to start seeing RSI 80 plus. There's anticipation of like having three red dots according to plan B here. What's interesting is that Plan B also announced that he's converted all of his Bitcoins and purchased IBIT recently. So whether that's for custody, you know, benefits, that's an interesting play. But overall, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, Bitcoin ETFs or buying Bitcoin. Overall, it's going to drive the demand for Bitcoin price to go up as well. And what does this mean? With a company like Strategy, MSTR, I think that MSTR has been in the game for so long. They truly are the ultimate Bitcoin leverage play. They've created the global game theory many years ago, but now we have more players now playing this board game. But just going through the key takeaways here is that all the big players are buying, you know, at the state level, at the country level. We have these billionaires buying up all these big time whales, just, you know, holding on to as much Bitcoin as possible. Governments around the world are considering Bitcoin as well. The supply is getting squeezed faster than it can be replenished. We can't engineer more Bitcoins here. There's only about 1 million Bitcoins left to be mined. So the price is only going to increase. On top of that, the US government is a pro Bitcoin. Wall Street has launched the most successful Bitcoin product line in history with spot ETFs. The boomers are waking up to it. I think all of the later generations, like the, you know, baby boomers, Gen Y, you know, all of them are reallocating their funds now into ETFs that have Bitcoin with big time return on investment versus the turtle-like ETFs, you know, leveraging the S&P index. But here's the takeaway according to this post that the US government will buy Bitcoin, and this dip is nothing more than a leverage wipeout designed to shake out weak hands. The big boys are accumulating, and the ones selling right now are handing them cheap Bitcoin on a silver platter. MSTR is a way to play. Sailor's strategy has been simple: acquire as much Bitcoin as possible, lever up when necessary, and wait for hyper Bitcoinization. This isn't some speculative trade, it's a long term, high conviction bet on the hardest asset in human history. Selling now would be insane. Stay the course. The rocket has even launched from its launch pad yet. So bullish comment here, really good news. But just looking here at this visual, MSTR institutional ownership. So you see here in December, we see a big spike up here. We'll go through the details as to, which financial institution is buying up Bitcoin here. So one example here is with this posting, Cantor Fitzgerald financial firm, ran by Howard Lutnick. He purchased over 1 billion worth of MSTR shares in Q4. Big numbers here, very bullish. Why? Because, MSTR, their business model with hodling as much Bitcoin as possible, close to 500,000 count. I think Howard sees the vision in what Saylor is doing. And, Howard Lutnick, he is also involved in the new executive order signed by Trump to create a sovereign wealth fund. So what does he know? I'm sure Howard knows so much, which is why he's hedging with MSTR as well. You take a look here, Cantor Fitzgerald. So now the amount of, shares here, three 0.5 million shares of MSTR, some big numbers here. Look at their percent portfolio here. They have like Nvidia and Tesla as well. But just to give you more color on just what Cantor Fitzgerald has been investing in. So you see here Rumble, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, iBit ETF, super microcomputer. But here MSTR is like their biggest hodl here. So interesting take with Cantor Fitzgerald, being a big time investor in MicroStrategy. Let's take a look at this posting here. So JP Morgan has bought 100 million worth of MSTR share, which now adds up to 300 million shares worth of MSTR on their portfolio. And again, we know JP Morgan Chase, they're the biggest global bank out there. But the fact that you also hear JP Morgan Chase also buying up MSTR, this is just going to create a FOMO effect when you think about global game theory, right? Whether, the ultimate hedge of Bitcoin is strategy, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's ETF Bitcoin, all of that is coming into fruition now as different strategic plays within the dynamics of global game theory. But it's interesting to see all of this happening here with JP Morgan Chase. Financial institutions are beginning to FOMO as well, and now we see MSTR being bought up as well. Let's take a look at this posting here. National Bank of Canada and Bank of Montreal are extremely bullish with MSTR. National Bank of Canada bought 525 million and Montreal bought 790 million. These positions are larger than their recent Bitcoin positions. Notably, Vanguard and Capital International sold a small position. So the key thing is it's just a small position. You look here, big time increase. I mean, small chip away at 6% with Vanguard and 27% with Capital International. But you look here, Bank of Montreal, Bank of Canada. Canada is trying to get in it as well. This is global game theory at play here. You look at the data, let the data tell the story. This is real here, guys. Financial institutions are FOMOing in. They're buying up right now. But the key thing is they're buying at a much better cost before the real FOMO takes place when we see, FOMO, with 80 plus RSI when Bitcoin reaches $200,000. So very big bullish conviction here with the Canadian banks as well as what we've seen with JP Morgan Chase and Cantor Fitzgerald. And most of you are interested in what the price prediction is, strategy MSTR. And he's saying that in about 40 days, MSTR will, break through getting up to like $750, which is consistent with my prior videos where I indicated come April timeframe, we're going to see the new all-time high of 750 as Bitcoin price breaks to 130, $150,000 because of global game theory driven from like the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which really leads to, at the global level, a lot more players wanting to get involved because they don't want to be left behind. But from a technical standpoint, 550 back in November, we see, healthy consolidation here currently in this wedge pattern, bullish flag. RSI is consistently low, but I do think that we're going to see that huge RSI kick in ramping up to 60, 80 plus RSI, where we retest our prior high resistance of 550 sometime in the transition of February, March, and we're going to start climbing up to 750. But I do think that as we scale out into the year 2025, as Bitcoin reaches its all-time high in the year 2025, I'm looking at somewhere around that plus 1200 upside with strategy, just because of all of the news that's going on right now and just the technicals here. We're seeing some healthy consolidation, but that's my overall assessment. I hope that you found this video valuable. If you did, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, turn on your bell notification. Let me know where you're watching from. I read through all the comments and questions, and I really appreciate you all stopping by here to watch this video. Thank you guys.